Hi, this is Phil, and I'm here to tell you all about the Capes and Lunatics Patreon. Don't miss out on our comic book creator interviews, including our monthly Chichester chats with comic book legend DG Chichester, superhero movie brackets in our search for the worst comic book movie of all time, and many, many more specials, all completely uncensored. Access starts for $3 a month, full video when you pledge $5 a month. Check out the link in our show notes or go to patreon.com/capesandlunatics. Hope to see you there.
This is Luca Parrott, and you're listening to the Capes and Lunatics Sidekicks Podcast.
In brightest day,
in blackest nights,
No evil shall escape my sight.
but those who worship evil's might.
beware my power.
Green Lantern's light. Hello and welcome back to Sector 2814, the Green Lantern Podcast. I am Phil. Joining me as always, Master of the Core it is.
I'm Will. Hey, everyone.
And Matt Kona's still in a psi cell somewhere. So,
Far sector.
oh, true. He's in a psi cell in the far sector. All right, kids. So, yes, just the two of us tonight. And we're going to get some team ups this week. All right. So, before we get to any of that, though. Got some good news and some bad news. The good news, Mr. Will Allred, in his greatness, sent me a whole set of lantern rings. So I went ahead, thank you very much, sir, and I took those and a few others I had and got myself a pretty little case for him.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool.
I had one of those other lantern rings that, doesn't have the circle around it. It's just the symbol.
Uh-huh.
There's a
Flash ring, Legion ring.
Legion ring, yeah, and the rest are those lantern rings you sent me. Yep.
Very cool. Nice. Very nice.
I can probably see it behind me going forward. So
you're so much fancier than I am.
Hey man, all I do is jumped on Amazon, I picked one out, and they shipped it right to my door.
Nice. Well, I'm glad you enjoy them. You now have the set, right?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, thanks to you. Yeah, I even had the green and white ones already. So yeah, I got doubles. I have ones I can actually wear and ones I can
and display.
Yeah,
nice.
So yes, so that's the good news, kids. The bad news. Did you see on Twitter today? Well, was it maybe on Facebook too about George Perez? Yeah,
I saw a little bit of that between projects at the office today, and that's not good news at all.
For those of you who don't know, I mean, everyone will probably know by the time this hits the podcast, but George Perez announced he has, stage 3 pancreatic cancer. It's terminal. I guess he has like 6 months to a year, they were saying.
I think that's what I read, yeah.
Ugh.
And he's he's one of the all-time greats of, comic artist plus just an all-time great person from everything that I've read, and I think I've met him once many, many years ago, but he's just a great guy. So it's very, very sad.
Yeah, I saw so many people online today just saying, their encounters with him and how great he was, and one should say he is. Yeah.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
But yeah, just everyone putting up his artwork too. I mean, that Avengers stuff, his DC stuff. Yeah, I mean, Crisis on Infinite Earths. I mean, come on, 12 issues of basically every character in the universe, man. And
his Teen Titans with Marv Wolfman.
Yeah.
I mean, there's just so many great things that he accomplished as, as an artist. His Wonder Woman run, where he was writing it himself too. I mean, he's quite, his influence has, spanned generations.
And I mean, not to get too morbid, but I mean, you're a writer, you write comics. It's like, if you knew you only had like 6 months to a year left, would you get to work, be like, okay, what do I want people to remember me by? What can I create right now that,
I don't know.
I mean, he has the body of work. I mean, he doesn't have to work.
He has such a tremendous body of work that I don't think he has I would hope that he doesn't feel the need that he has to prove, himself or anything like that. I hope he gets to, rest and enjoy himself for whatever time he has left.
I mean, if he wanted to work, I wish, I would hope DC and Marvel would roll out the carpet and be like, dude, whatever you want to do,
Yeah.
you're a proven seller anyway. So it's like, if you want to work, yeah, go. You're free to do whatever, whatever character you want.
Yeah, I wish they would do a reprinting of like JLA Avengers.
Oh, yes.
That would be awesome.
Yeah,
a nice hardcover of that.
Yeah, they need to get together on that. Yeah.
That was during his, kind of his epic second run with Kurt Busiek on Avengers, which
Yes.
I look back very fondly on.
Oh, oh, especially after Heroes Reborn. I mean, that was such a breath of fresh air.
Yes, indeed.
But
Indeed.
Yeah, we might have to cover that JLA Avengers one day because, between here and me and Lil started a Justice League and Justice Society podcast. So yeah, that might have to be a big event thing.
It had both Hal and Kyle in it, so it was.
Oh yeah, they even squeeze as many JLA and Avengers members in there as they could.
Had some Quasar guy in it a few times too. It was pretty awesome. My two favorite characters in the same book. Yes.
Oh yeah. And again, as you know, it's like, the stuff he worked on, like the Teen Titans and the Avengers and stuff like that. I mean, as great as those were, I mean, do you think they wouldn't have been received as well if that art hadn't been so as beautiful as it is?
He is, he came out of a time where, I mean, he started working in, was it mid to late 70s, I think. And then there was just this explosion of these, I call them unicorns, these writer artists, Frank Miller, John Byrne, George Perez, Walter Simonson, these guys that are just, writing great stuff and drawing great stuff. And it was just such a weird and wonderful time, when they were all on the stands, doing their books.
And I mean, that Avengers in the 90s, that was his second run on Avengers. I mean, he had one in the 80s. It's
like I think he was in like the 150s, 160s, 170s, somewhere in there.
Yeah, I think he went up to like 200 or something. Yeah,
Close to it, yeah.
Oh, wasn't he the one on Corvette, that original Corvette story?
Corvette saga, yeah, I think so. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep, lots of, a tremendous body of work. The number of pages. I mean, he was on Wonder Woman for.
Oh yeah.
Was that like 60 issues?
Something like that.
50 or 60 issues, something like that. I mean, it was.
But yeah, he was like the Wonder Woman artist right after Crisis. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, again, Crisis on Infinite Earths. I mean, again, 12 oversized
giant issues
of everyone. Yes.
History of the DC Universe, that he did after Crisis on Infinite Earths. It's. I mean,
oh my God, my favorite page I saw today. Someone put up. I forget what issue of Avengers it is. It's when Captain America and Carol Danvers are walking outside Avengers Mansion in the snow, and some kids were like ready to throw snowballs. Captain America, without looking, just whips that shield and like hits the kid's snowball in midair. And the kids are like, "Oh my God, I gotta run!"
And the shield just comes right back.
Yeah, doesn't even look, just whips the shield, comes right back.
Yeah, he is such an amazing artist, and he officially retired. There was a message, like I guess it was pre-pandemic, maybe. I don't know. It's been a long time. Has no meaning anymore, right? But it is sad to think that we won't see any additional art by him in the future. He's made such a difference in so many series and so many people's lives, just because he was drew so many things that, and not only just that he drew so many things, but so many things that matter to so many people.
Yeah. And again, it's like, you throw a rock, you're gonna hit, something DC, Marvel.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, anytime I saw his name on something, I'm like, oh yeah, this art is gonna be great.
Here's one. Here, I'll pull this one out of. We're going deep nerdery here.
Oh,
you ready? The Ultraverse. title.
Oh, yeah.
I think they had like a giant crossover. They crossed over with the Avengers, and I think he did the crossover with the Avengers at that point, if I remember right.
Probably. Yeah, I didn't read much of that, but yeah, I think you're right. And they were trying to start They were trying
to go back and look at some of those books.
Well, of course, they were trying to make that a thing too. So it's like, yeah, we got to bring a big gun, So yeah, they threw him on.
Yeah, exactly, absolutely.
Yeah, I kind of figured something was up. Like, what was that Arrowverse cross that the TV's Crisis on Infinite Earth they did. I think it was 2018 and then 2019. And the last part, Marv Wolfman made a cameo, and everyone's like, "Where's George Perez?" And I think rumors were even then. It's like, yeah, he might not be in the best of health.
Oh, gotcha.
But yeah, that yeah, because Marv Wolfman stops Flash and Supergirl. He's like, "Can I have an autograph?" He's like, "Make it out to Marv."
Just Marv. It's okay.
And so yeah, but yeah, that wasn't good news. Yeah, the internet was just
I saw a little bit of it at lunch when I was throwing down my burrito, and then back to it, so I didn't get to catch up as much as I wanted to.
Yeah.
Question for you, completely off topic.
Okay.
I see our crawl has Green Lantern plus the Ray #1 and Aquaman #10, but I thought we were also doing a Guy Gardner.
Yeah, sometimes I just put 2 in there. Yeah,
gotcha.
But I didn't want to
overwhelm it.
Clog the yeah. No, no worry, Will. You're not getting off that easy.
Dang it! I thought you were gonna. Dang it! I try.
What else? Oh, hey, are you current on Hawkeye?
Just seen the first. Did the other? Oh, the other one.
The third one was last week. Yeah,
last week. Yes.
And then 4 will be tomorrow, I think. Yeah.
Let me just say, I love the combination of Pym particles and arrows.
Oh yeah, that was the last one. Yeah, the next. Yes.
I was watching. I follow Kelly Sue DeConnick. I think I follow Matt Fraction and David Aja as well on Twitter. And Aja posted the official handbook of the Marvel Universe, Hawkeye's Quiver. How it had the different arrowhead, and it was just this is from what, mid 80s, and he said, I studied this page so much. I'm like, dude, so did I. I remember just going over it and over it. This is how his arrows work. It was so cool. Very cool.
Oh, but so much stuff is coming. I mean, they were teasing Kingpin, and then was it Feige this week said something like, "Oh yeah, if we do Daredevil, Charlie Cox is our Daredevil." So it's like,
yeah,
okay, Feige, okay. And I'm like,
Yeah.
Isn't the timing of that's kind of suspicious? Because everyone keeps saying, "Oh, is Matt Murdock going to show up in the Spider-Man movie?" So it's like, You kind of released that a little over a week before that movie comes on. Okay.
Trying to build the furor even more, right?
Yeah. So, because that movie, not this Friday, next Friday. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
absolutely.
And then I saw some article there. I guess I don't know if it's rumors or confirmed, but someone was like, "Oh yeah, Haley Steinfeld was like spotted on the set of Quantum Mania." So.
Oh, cool.
Cassie Lang, Kate Bishop. I see where we're going. I see.
That's a little suspicious, doesn't it?
To save Scarlet Witch's kids. I get you.
New Green Lantern tomorrow, I believe. I won't get mine for a while, but
yeah,
I envy you a little bit. You'll have to, let me know how.
Yeah, let you know
how it is. The preview looks pretty cool.
It actually, I think it actually came out today. But yeah, DC. I'm not coming to this shop a day early.
Yeah.
I get other stuff too. So
not just all DC.
I can't wait. My vacation starts after the end of this week.
Nice, very nice.
Counted it up. I think with weekends and everything, it's like 23 days. Oh my
god. Oh, that's nice.
Very I told Luke, I said, "Hey, all next week, man. Well, starting this weekend and all next week, man, we're watching every Spider-Man movie before we go see No Way Home."
Nice.
Gonna get him trained. So he was like, "Oh, I know which one. I know Doc Ock, Spider-Man 2. Okay."
Yeah. You gotta get him trained up so he can identify everybody, right?
And then before Christmas. Yeah, we're gonna watch the first 3 Matrix movies because Matrix 4 is coming out.
That's right. Is that the 22nd? Maybe.
I think I don't know if it might be. I thought it was Christmas Day, but yeah, it might be the 22nd.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, but that one's gonna be on HBO Max, Will, so you don't have to worry about going to the theater.
Awesome. I'm kind of I'm not anti-theater. I'm anti-going to the theater at the moment.
Yes. Yeah. I think yes, we know the times, but so sometime in that Christmas area, yeah, you can watch Matrix 4 from home. Yeah,
Nice. I do remember loving the first one. Second one was good, and the third one,
I don't know what's going on.
I'm still ambivalent about. I probably do need to rewatch them now with some, a decade or two of distance.
Yeah.
But I mean the Wachowskis are some pretty awesome filmmakers. A movie that I love that most people are just like, "Are you stupid?" or high or both. I'm like, no, it's a Speed Racer. I enjoy the heck out of Speed Racer. It's just, I just really like it.
I saw a little bit of it. I never saw the whole thing.
It's so stylized, and it's a beautifully done movie. Okay, I mean they did a beautiful job on it, and it's kind of fun, and I mean they translated that cartoon into live action, and I don't see how anybody could have done it better. But it gets a lot of people just pan it straight up, but I like it. It's a good movie. It's a good movie.
I mean, a little bit I saw of it. Yeah, I mean, it seemed like the cartoon.
I mean, and it's got a monkey in it. Monkeys are cool.
There's a drop. But wasn't that John Goodman in there too?
Yep, exactly. Yeah. And I can never remember her name. She played Wednesday in the original.
Oh God, it's escaping me too.
I should
tip of my tongue too.
Yeah, I should know her name, but anyway, she's great in it. The main actor that plays Speed is good. It's got the main guy from Lost at the time. Why can I not remember? I can't remember any actor or actress's name at the moment. It's just all escaping me. I'll have to hit IMDb later.
Okay, Grandpa.
Yeah. Get off my lawn. Sorry. Get off my lawn.
I was watching part 4 of Flash Armageddon tonight. The last part's next week. Yeah, it's pretty good once you see where it's going.
So are we talking like Armageddon 2001 Armageddon or
no, just the name alone. No, that's not.
Because they did, I don't know. It's been a while since I've watched Flash. I did watch the crossovers because we were still watching Legends of Tomorrow. But
it's my favorite Arrowverse show. But I mean, last season, it was hit or miss. But I think the pandemic had a lot to do with that too. Like they started late, and they probably had certain restrictions. I like this. I think they did this crossover right now. They're kind of getting back on track.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, I'll have to give it a try then and see. Yeah. Still hoping for a really good Green Lantern show on HBO Max.
Oh, I know. But you said that's going to be a while, right?
I think I read that I think it's going to be, they've cast Guy Gardner, and I think the last news that came out was that they hired a designer, the overall designer for the look of the show, but I don't think they've, even started building the team to, film it yet. So
and it's probably gonna be a big project too, because it'd be special effects and a lot of it's gonna be alien planets. So you're gonna have to build everything from scratch for a lot.
Yeah.
And then there's always the fear, don't make it look like that movie. They did that movie.
I watched a little of him watching the movie and saying, this should have been, the cast was great, and he's right, the cast was great.
Yeah.
The effects were great. But I think the script kind of let everybody down. If it would have been better, then then we still have a Green Lantern animated series season 2. Dang it.
Well, I think Lilith said it when she was on here before. Originally he wasn't even supposed to be Hal Jordan. He was supposed to be Barry Allen.
Oh, yeah.
So I think it was like a second thought. Oh, okay. Well, we're not doing a new Flash. Oh, let's make him
Hal Jordan. Yeah. I don't think his Hal Jordan was necessarily bad.
No, he wasn't given the greatest script though.
Yeah, he's not my idea of Hal Jordan, but I don't think he did a bad job.
No.
It's I don't know who would play a really great Hal Jordan. I don't know if it needs to be somebody unknown at this point, or I don't think a big star would go for it. But
yeah, I like that better when I don't know the person before they because it's like if they're too famous, it takes me out of it a lot of the time. Like Tom Holland, I didn't know who Tom Holland really was before he took on Spider-Man, so
yeah,
it kind of helped. Yeah.
Well, and I'm curious who they're going to cast. I mean, surely, I hope they're going to cast Jon Stewart, for this show.
I hope, but yes, definitely yes, and please don't call me Shirley.
Exactly. And then, I don't know what the timeline will look like or anything, but I wouldn't mind seeing Kyle either. The big four lanterns, right? Hal and Kyle and John and Guy. So.
But yeah, I mean, I think wasn't that what they said? That at least at first, I'm not going to do Hal or John, and I'm like, what? Your two best well-known lanterns? You're not going to.
Yeah. Now, I would really like to see Jo, Far Sector. I think she would be an interesting addition.
Oh yeah,
to the show. That would be cool.
But I just wonder. I mean, it could be good for audiences, but do they want to load it with every human lantern right away? Though?
That's true. Yeah, because then you've got Jessica Cruz and
Simon Baz
and Simon. Yep. So, speaking of, did you? I got my stack of 75% off Green Lanterns.
Oh no, I didn't know. I didn't buy any, man. I was buying boxes for rings, and yeah.
But yeah, that was pretty cool. I'm filling in some holes. Now it's time to. I think I'm only missing like 5 issues of the Green Lantern. No, maybe 10 issues of the Green Lanterns series. Yeah. And I need to start looking around for Hal Jordan and the Green Lantern Corps. I think that only ran to 50. So
yeah.
And then the other one ran to 57. And then we got the Green Lantern by Grant Morrison and Liam Sharp, which was a pretty awesome series.
But yeah, no, I might be picking up some newer stuff because I know, again, I think I said it before, but Lilith was saying Human Target by Tom King is good. I guess the second issue came out.
I think was Cliff Chang doing the art on that, or is it?
I thought she said someone else, but I can't remember who.
Maybe
but
Mitch. Because he usually works with Mitch Gerards or Jared's. I don't know how to pronounce his last name.
Yeah, I can't remember. Yeah, I'm trying to. I thought she said a different name because it surprised me because it wasn't Mitch, but I can't. Again, for life, I can't remember who. Maybe I'll look it up. But no, she was saying.
Come on, Grandpa.
But no, I guess there's like stuff with Justice League International in there and stuff, and
oh, cool.
I believe she said something about I don't know, Human Target. He's trying to solve like his own murder or something.
Interesting. I'll have to pick that up. I've got the final issue of Strange Tales, so I need to sit down and read that.
Oh yeah,
in a chunk. Haven't had the time for that though.
And then we might do it for the podcast, but was that Justice League Incarnate or something? It's like a multiversal Justice League. It's President Superman. It's Flashpoint Batman. I'm not sure who else is on the team.
Oh wow.
Yeah. It spun out of some of that stuff they did recently. Yeah.
Like maybe the Multiversity or
even more current. Yeah, they're building some big multiversal thing up, but
maybe Infinite Frontier
they were teasing it. I don't know if they're like saying it's like, oh, Darkseid's coming, but it's gonna be like pre-crisis Darkseid.
Okay.
Well, everything matters now, Will.
Everything matters. All the stories happened.
Oh, okay. I looked up that Human Target. The art's by Greg Smallwood. That's right.
Oh, okay, cool. I think I've heard the name, but I don't necessarily remember where I've seen his art before. So
yeah,
I'll
I'm
have
trying to
to
remember
look
what
it
I
up.
saw. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I dug his art. Maybe if I click on his name, it'll tell me. Yeah, Human Target. I know that. Some Batman black and white.
Oh, I did some research,
Hmm.
which means I didn't want to do something else. So I
Yes.
messed around on the internet. That's what research is, right? It looks to me like if you wanted to read every issue of Green Lantern, the series has been reprinted up to number 106. They've got the 2 big omnibuses that get you all the way up to 75.
Yeah.
And then you've got the Green Lantern and Green Arrow stuff that's collected in the Traveling Heroes hardcover. And then they've got the Space Traveling Heroes, which goes from 90 to 106, I think. And then it's kind of hit or miss. You'd have to get individual issues or, some collections. I think because I was looking at the collections list, and not a lot of Kyle's stuff is collected. There's just a few trades here and there of stuff like Circle of Fire.
I think some of his first issues, because I think that's what Russell was sending us feedback for. Is like, he got the trade with like the first couple issues or whatever.
But a lot of that series is not reprinted, and then as soon as Rebirth happens, those are in hardcovers up. The Jeff Johns omnibuses or the Blackest Night omnibus, Sinestro Corps War, Absolute editions. You got all kinds of reprints of those, and I think the hardcovers stop around New 52, end of New 52, and then they go trades just for both the Green Lantern's book and Hal Jordan and the Green Lantern Corps books.
Yeah,
and then you get hardcovers again for the Green Lantern. And I don't know, is there a trade out for the first 4 of the current run?
Or the first 4?
I don't know. I'll have to look at that up. I don't know if there is or not, but I'm sure they're going to collect this.
I'm sure they'll collect it. I thought they usually waited for at least 6 or 7. Yeah. Oh yeah, they collect everything now.
Oh yeah.
That Hard Traveling Heroes, they've collected that a few times because I think I have some of that, and like it's not even hardcover. It's just like
I've got that up there. And then of course you got things like the 75 years of Green Lantern and the 80 years of Green Lantern books that have different collections in them.
Yeah.
There's also a 50 years of John Stewart book out there that I have not picked up yet that I'm kind of interested to see, because I know he appeared in Hard Traveling Heroes, but then I don't remember where he came back in, into the series, because I thought it was later, like 60, 70 issues later.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. Well, didn't they bring him in? He was like working at Ferris, and that's when Hal quits and he gets the ring. Yeah,
I think so. Yeah, it's been a long time since.
I think they're doing a thing where like he once a year wasn't he come acting as Green Lantern? I don't know if it was like Hal Jordan's like one day a year off or something.
I don't know. I see. I'm gonna have to reread all of Green Lantern.
Yeah, me too. Because yeah, when you get time, yeah,
when I have some spare time.
Mister, I'm making a comic book myself. Yeah, when you have time, Will.
And hey, speaking of, Crossover Division number 3 is like almost 85% funded at this point. So it's pretty awesome.
Because I was gonna say I think that's higher than even the email said today. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Today was a good day.
So how many days is left on that?
We still we just started the second week, so I've still got at least almost 3 weeks.
Oh,
probably
nice.
20 days or so.
And you're already at 85%.
Yeah.
Nice.
So excellent. That's good news. Good news.
Yay. I told you. First 2 got funded. This it'll happen.
I know. It's just that it's always a little bit scary pressing that launch button.
Yeah.
No matter how many times I do it.
The kids love you. All right. Should we get to these issues?
I guess, man. I guess.
I mean, they're not bad, but should we do Guy Gardner first and get it out of the way?
I totally agree with that assessment of the situation, and I'm down, man. Totally down.
All right, so I couldn't find synopses for these, so yeah, we'll have to walk through.
Well, here I prepared a synopsis for you of Guy Gardner. Are you ready?
Yes.
It's a slugfest. Done.
Thank you. Wait a minute. Was that issue tonight? Was 31? So you're sure that was the synopsis for issue 31 and not any of the previous 30 issues?
You're absolutely right. I just copied and pasted.
I copied and pasted 31 times. Except this time,
I mean, the art was nice on it. The issue's not bad. It's just that, okay, this guy's attacking and they're fighting, and at one point I'm like, why do I care? He just killed this lady. It was just.
And we get guest appearances by Supergirl and Alan Scott.
That's right.
Was that you, Russell? Yeah, he's not working at night. Yeah.
Hey, Russell.
Hey, Russell. I was gonna say it has to be you. I know you work nights. So it's gotta be you. It's almost 10 o'clock. I know it's you. But yeah. So Dementor's back too. So yeah, it's a giant.
And then the witch doctor from the tribe. I was just like, what?
And Arisia in her skimpy costume. It's like, wait a minute, didn't we already
Didn't we just go through? Yeah.
Didn't we already agree it's kind of creepy that Hal was like aging up a teenage girl, and now we're throwing her in like skimpy outfits?
Exactly. Yeah, I thought it was a little weird too. Thank you for confirming that. Yes, it is indeed weird.
Like, is she still a teenager? At least mentally, I think she's a teenager. But then the mentor's making people see stuff. So Arisia sees a wedding to Hal emerge.
Yeah. And Alan Scott sees himself as old. I mean,
yeah.
I mean, he is kind of old, but full of magic, right?
Yes, and Supergirl sees a bunch of duplicates of herself because this is Matrix Supergirl. So
yes, this is not Kara Zor-El Supergirl, not pre-crisis or post. I don't even know the timelines anymore. Where it's Matrix Supergirl. You're right. That's the simplest explanation.
Before she became an angel, yes, kids, you heard that right. Not even Peter.
I forgot about that.
Not even Peter David can save everything, kids.
Yeah.
Lord Russell, Hal sexualizing a girl. Who would have thunk it?
Not Hal. Not Hal this time.
Hal's up here, yeah. Gonna blame the artist, or at least on this one. Oh wait, man! I wish Matt Kona was here, man. He could point out the continuity error in that vision Arisia has of her wedding to Hal. Guy's in his Green Lantern costume, and he's wearing white Uggs and not green Uggs.
We do miss him being, here local instead of way out in the far sector.
Free him, Guardians.
Slow down. We need this for drops.
It's a bit of a heel turn.
Okay, Lord. Yeah, this is pure 90s.
Yeah, I mean, it's just this fight. And
again, I mean, you weren't too far off with that synopsis, but it's just like, hey, Dementor shows up, makes them hallucinate stuff, and then it's a slugfest. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and the bad guys are on Earth blowing up things.
Oh, yeah, because I think that's going to be the crossover. With Hawkman and the Justice League, which that'll be at least 2 weeks away, Will. So
okay, I can prepare myself for that.
Yeah. So I wondered I guess we'll get there because I never read most of the Guy Gardner series until we started doing this.
After. I don't think I read much after year one. I may have even stopped before year one, but then I read 29, and that was pretty much it for the series that I read. But
I'm just like, do we kill Dementor eventually, or is he just stuck in 90s limbo? Because I don't remember seeing this character past the Guy Gardner.
The Guy Gardner series, yeah. And I'm sure that a certain Harry Potter author might have a problem with his name.
Oh yeah. Maybe that's why this guy got locked up. Lawsuit. Yeah. True. You can see those books coming out, and they were just like, "Oh, who's going to read those books?" Okay, there's some books, but they're never going to make a movie out of this, and it's like, son of a bitch.
They made a lot of movies out of it. I mean, the art for this issue was nice. I mean, it just seemed to be a giant fight. I mean, it's really kind of all it was.
Oh yeah, I mean, that's the one thing of this book. The different artists we've had, I've never had a problem with the art.
yeah.
Just the.
I think it was Mitch Bird and Rick Mays for this issue for the art.
Yeah, I think so. I was gonna say, I guess I can scroll back because like I said, I don't have synopses for these, but I'm actually looking at the issue, so I can. Writer Bo Smith, penciler Mitch Bird and Rick Mays. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh wait, Mitch Bird, Rick Mays, J.H. Williams III, Brad Gorby, Dan Jurgens, Joyce Chin, and Mike Warenga.
Wow, I forgot about all the other. That's a lot of really awesome artists.
I know. Inker, Dan Davis, Art Thibert, and Terry Austin.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's why you didn't have a problem with this art, Will.
I had no problem with the art. I mean, J.H. Williams is awesome. Mitch Bird is pretty darn awesome. So is Rick Mays.
Like we said, there was no problem with the art.
I got no problems with the art.
I mean, I wonder if they did that too. Were there so many artists because there were so many characters? I mean, again, bring it back. It's like, a lot of these guys can't pull up Perez and, draw a big, huge group scene. So,
I often wonder if kind of Guy Gardner got the late end of the stick so that, hey, we got to get this finished. Call up your pals.
Maybe, yeah. Hey, we can, it's a 90, it's typical of the 90s, so we need to make it look, hip and
with it.
And and again, I don't want to blame any of the art writers for like some of these Guy Gardner issues, but it's like, do you think kind of their hands were tied too because it's Guy Gardner? It's like you can't have them be all deep and introspective too much. And
I don't know.
I mean, again, after Rebirth, they seem to write a decent guy, but you think in the 90s they were just like, oh yeah, we can't make him too sensitive or
because this is he's already already so much more likable under Mitch Bird's pen as the writer, not Mitch Bird, Bo Smith is the writer. Than he ever was under the previous writer. So I already like him a lot more under this writer, and he does get the character gets better and better. I feel like even through Rebirth.
What do you think that circumstance too? Because I mean, originally, he's basically, even if he has his own book, he could be a foil for Hal Jordan or whoever. But now the core is gone, and it's like basically he has to grow up at least a little bit.
Maybe I mean I don't. It's an interesting dynamic because he had the yellow ring, and then they got rid of that. But.
And it wouldn't be the same if he was all like that with Cal because new kid on the block, it would just come off as really terrible. Yeah.
And I have to agree with Rebirth. That's the way the Lanterns do it, and he's always he's a Green Lantern. That's his character. Nothing against Bo Smith or Mitch Bird and the rest of the artists on this. They did a really good job. The art's awesome. The story is very much a slugfest, but Guy's a Green Lantern.
And again, I wonder if they wanted to carve their own thing because it's like even like the Mentor and stuff, it's like they're not throwing them up against old Green Lantern villains either. Are they saving those all for Cal? So it's like again,
they're not even really throwing him up against known DC villains. A lot of them are new and kind of one-shot villains. So
I think that kind of hurts too because he doesn't have like a rogues gallery because I guess he's basically lost all those Green Lantern villains. So,
and it's not like he has. It feels like he's kind of not really a part of the rest, the larger DC universe. I know we had some crossovers with Steel and we had some crossovers with Superman, but those didn't feel like they really anchored him because he's always off doing something else with characters that we've not seen before.
Yeah, because like I said, back in the day, I wasn't reading this book at this point. The only time I saw him was like when he showed up in Cal's book.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so I think those writers were kind of hamstrung at this point because it's like, yeah, there's no touch points that where Guy came from. No ring, none of the villains he ever fought before.
Yeah.
Like, weren't there some like Justice League villains he could have fought too? I mean,
I would have thought so.
they can't bring in Despero.
Yeah. How about Starro? Heck, Evil Star. That's an old Green Lantern villain.
I know. I don't think Cal wasn't fighting Evil Star. Come on.
Bring in Itty.
or was there a mandate too? Because like you've been saying, it's like they were kind of like trying to like modernize the Green Lantern book. So maybe they're like, we don't want to report a ton of old stuff like that previous writer did over here on Guy Gardner, like he was doing on Hal Jordan.
Oh yeah, maybe. I mean, it's just a really weird. Feels like a really weird decision to make. To take a character that is really hooked into the rest of the DC universe via, the Green Lanterns and the Green Lantern Corps, which have, now been destroyed. But having said that, they bring Aricia in. It's this weird kind of mix, and I don't understand it, but I guess it is what it is, right?
I know it's so weird. Unless they thought that'd be too sad, but it's like, all right, we kept the Rissi alive, but we killed Kilowog. It's like, how did they decide who was going to live, who was going to die? I mean, it's just because Aricia could pass maybe almost for human. It's like, I don't know. I mean, what?
And where is Malvolio? Huh? Sorry.
We've still never seen him, have we? I just always like to think I always had candidates like in this era, at some point Hal just like as Parallax went and killed him or something.
Yeah. we're gonna take care of this plot point. It's gone.
How do you like it? Think I didn't know what was in that ring?
That's why we went and got it. No.
Why I stepped on it.
Well, I'm catching. So I'm trying to. I read up to about War of the Green Lanterns, and then because we were moving at the time, kind of stopped. Yeah. So I'm trying to catch up on the New 52 Green Lantern a little bit, and from New 52, into the rebirth and all that fun stuff. And I watched a really like a 3-hour YouTube video. Yes, Stace was not in the house at the time. me and Otis watched it, where they talked about the Hal Jordan and the Green Lantern Corps series, and kind of what happens throughout that series. And it apparently begins with him forging his own ring, which I'm really interested to read. When I get to that point, because the current writer made it a point that the battery being kind of deconstructed and all those rings going dark didn't affect Hal specifically because he did build his own ring, and he didn't know anything was going on until Joe sent the message out, which we saw I think at the end of that number 4. I think maybe 3 or 4, somewhere in there. And then we did see Hal show up in the annual, with Jessica Cruz now. Oh, spoiler alert. If you don't want to know this, stop listening right now. With Jessica Cruz now sporting a Sinestro Corps ring. Which was actually a really good issue. I enjoyed it.
I figured you would when I read it. I'm like, oh, he's going to like this.
Yeah. It's got Hal in it. Of course he'll like it.
All right, should we move on? We're 44 minutes in.
Yes, we're meandering. Sorry.
Makoto, we need you. All right, Will, which way do you want to go? Do you want to do the Aquaman issue, or do you want to do the Green Lantern and Ray issue?
Let's do Aquaman first, and then we'll do the Ray.
Yes, Aquaman number 10 from the July 1995.
With
yes, kids.
Peter David writer.
Yep. Here, let me pull up the credits. Come on, DC Universe Finite. Yes, but this is the era where yes, Piranha have eaten Aquaman's hand. Yes, Peter David writer, Jay Calafiore penciler, Peter Palmiotti inker, Tom McCraw colorist, Dan Necrosis letterer, Eddie Berganza associate editor, and Kevin Dooley editor.
Cool.
So yeah, we basically see. Well, it starts with Aquaman dreaming, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But he's like, yes, the first time. This is the first really good sleep I've had since I lost my hand.
Okay.
Yeah, I know Lilith, big fan of Aquaman. She was not a fan of this era, I guess.
The 90s were
hard on a lot of our favorite characters.
Hard on a lot of our favorite characters, yes. They were indeed.
They either went bad, they either died, went bad, lost a hand, got a mullet. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's or some of all of those things.
got their back got their back broken. You know who I'm talking about.
I love Batman.
Oh, and then Cal and Donna are watching TV.
Seems to kind of come out of nowhere, you know. Oh yeah, okay, I'm gonna go take care of a shark now. It seems kind of random to me, but you know.
I know. I'm all focused on the cosmic stuff. Why should I be focused on other stuff? I know. She's like, you need help. He's like, for one, shark, please.
Please. Oh, where is this place?
He's like, how do you get there? Crescent Shore.
You know, it seemed to me like most of this issue was kind of moving the main Aquaman plots along, you know, and that's of course that's because it's an Aquaman book. That makes perfect sense, right?
Yeah.
And the second part was, you know, let's show grumpy Aquaman, because he was grumpy at this time, you know.
Yes.
Let's show grumpy Aquaman, you know, giving Kyle some respect, basically.
Yeah, it's basically I think a lot of it's to show, hey, look, Kyle can hold his own against the original member of the Justice League, you know, especially gritty 90s Aquaman, and again, it probably doesn't help this. It doesn't hurt the sales of this book that you got the new Green Lantern here either.
Yep, exactly.
You know, I think 90s guest stars. Cal was pulling some numbers at this point.
Yeah. And
we shall call you the Punisher.
You know, I'm not probably a good test case for this, but I really think it's probably much easier to keep a Green Lantern ring on than is being demonstrated by Kyle over the last several issues.
I know. I don't know if like the whole point of that too is like they keep wanting to show, oh, the ring only works for him and stuff, or
yeah.
But I mean, doesn't he's underwater, so doesn't he have like an aura up the whole time too?
I would think so, yeah. But I mean, as soon as that ring comes off his finger, it looks like the pressure would start getting to him immediately, right?
Yeah.
But
I mean, I wonder, did Peter David not get the memo because that hook harpoon hand is yellow or gold or whatever? So was he thinking
that would just go through it? Yeah, I don't know.
The weakness was still in play, yeah. But Cal Steve keeps coming still even without the ring, so Aquaman's like, oh,
he doesn't revert to his street clothes, which is
exactly. That's the other thing. It's like, wait a minute. Every other time we've seen him take that ring off, yeah.
Exactly.
Remember, like those first issue or two, like he was taking that ring off to take, change back. Do your homework, Peter David. Oh, wow. What was it? Like 2017, Charlie and I talked to Peter David. Like we were talking about a bunch of stuff, like, Spider-Man and stuff. And he's like, and Hulk. He's like, yeah, they never told me anything. He's,
yeah.
And then Aquaman's talking to fish. Oh, hey, this story takes place before Green Lantern 63.
Okay.
I think we're getting into that next week. Somebody's favorite character hits Manhattan. Literally.
Literally.
I
with
know.
a big giant boxing glove. I don't know.
But yeah, basically, it's just like, yeah, Aquaman gives Cal the ring back, and he's like, your predecessor and I were never really close, but he would have listened to me. Try to have some compassion for once.
Or you'll end up like him. Bum, bum, bum.
I know. It's like, okay. Power corrupts.
Seems a little on the nose, but whatever.
Yeah. On the shark nose?
Yeah.
On the snout. But yeah, like you said, a lot of this was just like, Atlantean politics, and because I think Aquaman's been ousted for like the 20th time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't even know. I've lost count.
But then that guy's like, oh, did you get rid of that shark? And Cal's like, no, one's eating the other. He's like, leave it alone. Take my word for it. And then Cal, the guy won't shut up, so Cal puts a zipper on his mouth. I'm like, how long that lasts? Because
he's got to eat.
I know.
Eventually.
Is it like sewn into his skin? How's that work? The word of Green Lantern to the lot, and I am Green Lantern. Make no mistake, I have an unreliable authority. Oh my!
Let's punch it home there.
Yeah. All right. So, what do you think of this one, Will?
It was an okay read. I mean, it was serviceable, and it
again the art was great. I like the art.
Yeah, the art was really nice, and I mean I'm going to use a bad metaphor here. I kind of feel like we were thrown a little bit into the deep end, of the ocean there, because so much was going on. In the Aquaman book that and Kyle was just a quick guest appearance that had to be kind of dealt with and then shown. It was. The two heroes meet, they fight, then they realize that blah blah. Yeah, it was nothing spectacular, but it was just a good solid issue. I mean,
it's almost like they didn't have room for a guest star, but they really, really needed a guest star,
so they put one in there.
I mean, and two, maybe Peter David wanted to something to spin the wheels for an issue. Maybe he didn't want to get to something until later on, so it's like,
that's possible too. Yeah, I mean,
and with that ring, Cal's one of the only ones who can meet. Aquaman underwater and stuff.
Yeah, underwater, yeah. So, I mean, it does make sense. It's just, I don't know. It just seemed kind of random.
Yeah. And Cal's just like, oh, hey, I've never been underwater as Green Lantern, but hey, it must be just like space, right?
Except, instead of surrounded by nothing, you're surrounded by water. I mean, yeah, other than that, it's the same.
Surrounded by life, yes.
Don't blow up this planet, Kyle, please.
Oh, God, you'll never let him live that down. But that was a perfectly serviceable 90s issue.
Yeah.
All right. Anyone get to the last one?
You bet. We've got.
Yeah. Yes, in this at this point, they were doing a bunch of team ups. Like they did a Nightwing and Flash one. They did a Batman and Arsenal one.
Mm-hmm.
And here we get Green Lantern plus the Ray.
What the F?
No, not that one.
I don't know. I kind of agree with Ray.
Oh my God, that should be his official title now. The Ray.
The Ray.
Feedback from the Ray. So it starts in just the art. Oh wait. Magnetic North. So it's the Arctic. I wonder who's going to mess with the magnetic North Pole.
I don't know. But it seems to me that Dr. Polaris went really hardcore homicidal really fast, right?
Well, I guess was he suffering from he had other personalities in his head, but now it seems like he's kind of
just
done something about that.
Yeah.
I mean, was he showing up in the Ray book? I don't know, because I never read the Ray book, because it seems like he seems way different here than when he showed up in Green Lantern 59.
Yeah, and who does the art on this issue? Because this is a larger size issue too.
Scott Collins was the penciler. John Lowe, inker, Jason Wright, colorist, Chris Eliopoulos, letterer, and Berganza and Doley, research assistants.
Scott Collins, he would have a pretty good run on the Flash, wouldn't he? Later on.
Yes,
that's right.
Oh yeah, and of course this is Ron Mars. So yeah, oh my God, Ron Mars has issues. I mean, Dr. Polaris, kills someone with a frat. I mean, he drops it on him, but still. Oh, okay, Kona, this one's for you. Yes, he killed him in cold blood. Refrigerator. Ugh. Ron Mars has issues with a refrigerator, I'm telling you.
I think so.
So Polaris is doing something at the magnetic North Pole, and then meanwhile in New York, Kyle Rayner misses the FedEx guy.
Chase the FedEx guy down and give him the package. I mean, that seems, like the easier thing to do. But
I know, you can see the truck. It's like, can't you subtly do something with that ring to like slow that
down? I know.
Seems like I'm getting a package every other day.
But I swear, how long does it take him to realize, oh, hey, I have a Green Lantern ring. I can fly. Again, the packages go into what Japan is, but it's still, he can fly. You've been off the planet, dude. You can fly to Japan. Come on.
And back in minutes.
Exactly. I mean, even if it took hours or whatever, it's like it's a free ride, dude. All you can do is charge that ring.
Yeah.
But yeah,
then we get weirdness from in Radu's shop with, magnets.
Oh yeah, stuff starts floating, silverware and stuff, and it's like, oh hey, that's weird. But meanwhile, Cal's still not thinking, oh hey, maybe I should investigate this. It's like, oh hey,
I gotta go deliver my package.
Oh.
Seems like I'm getting a package every other day.
So he takes off. I mean, some nice artwork by Scott Collins there. That splash page of Cal just like flying over the city.
Yeah, and the Ray looks good too. I mean, the issue looks really, really nice.
Yeah, but yeah, again, I think Dr. Polaris has shown up in the Ray because Ray's having trouble with his girlfriend, and then a statue almost hits them. It's like, what was that? And I guess the Ray figures out, oh hey, it must be Polaris. But yeah, another nice splash page of him taking off in the air. Polaris just wrecking havoc over the ocean.
Oh yeah, sinks an island, right?
But then he's like, Tokyo. And then we get this, guessing she's a superhero, this woman on this like flying motorcycle.
I was curious about that. I didn't know if she was from one of the events or,
I mean, I don't know if she's from something else, but I really don't remember her from anything except this issue.
What's her name again?
Arashi, Arashi. That's what the crowd's like yelling, Arashi. I wondered if maybe like Ron Mars was trying to make her a thing, maybe.
I don't know. I am looking her up right now.
Because you already have a team up of Green Lantern and the Ray, so why introduce like a new character?
Oh, it's her first appearance. Let's find out about her.
Ew.
Arashi Ohashi, New Earth. One of Japan's heroes defend the other country. She is almost unheard of in the West. History. She has 3 appearances. 2 of them are in the DC Comics Encyclopedia, and one of them is in the Ray. I mean, the Green Lantern Plus issue. So she's had 1 in continuity appearance.
And the rest are entries that say, hey, you should check out this character in Green Lantern.
Exactly.
Again, I wonder if like Ron Mars was hoping to pitch this character for a book or something. Again, it's 95. Maybe they're like, hey, you're looking for a new book. But yeah, she gets attacked by Polaris, and then Cal shows up.
And then Ray shows up.
Well, Polaris throws her at Cal, and he's like, "Oh, hey, we're gonna protect my package and this woman."
That's a drop.
I know. I can already hear Lil screaming. Yes, I know. And then Polaris starts throwing like girders at him and stuff. Cal's making like samurais to like kind of try to attack him.
Oh yeah, then how he stops the tidal wave.
Oh yeah. But no, Polaris here even says, "No, I'm not what I am before that weakling Emerson is gone." So
yeah, how did that happen? It seems like a really radical change that we're not being shown.
That's what I'm saying. I think this is just a big ad for, oh, hey, guys, remember when Dr. Polaris showed up in Green Lantern and now he's all different? You should go read the Ray. You really should.
Oh, okay.
Again, I think it's like a big advertisement for, hey, go read the Ray.
Go read the Ray.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Because, like, again, some of those team ups, it's like the Nightwing and Flash one. I think both their books were doing good. So it's like, I don't know why they paired those two. But yeah, here, I think it's like, oh, hey, go check out the Ray.
Gotcha.
Really only selling half what Cal's book is. So hey, yeah, you should really check out the Ray.
Which is funny because the original Ray series had art by Joe Quesada.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it was. I think was it the whole series? It was at least the first issue. I don't know. I'd have to look it up to be sure, but yeah, I know he did. He also did the Azrael series.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, which was beautiful as
well.
That's
just a really nice package.
But yeah, Ray shows up to help Cal, and he's like, "Oh, hey, the Ray." But again, at least they're not arguing. It's like, "Oh, hey,
hey, let's team up and fight him." Okay, cool.
Yeah, I love. All right, Ray goes, "All right, together, Cal." Just like Stan and Ollie. So they're both attacking him at once, and yes, this one Polaris is like, "Oh, hey, I've created a tidal wave."
Oops, maybe I shouldn't have let that slip.
Yeah. I was like, "I'll take care of the tidal wave," and Ray's like, "I'll take care of Polaris." Again, kind of a slugfest here, but I don't know. I kind of like it more than the Guy Gardner one.
It's not as the Guy Gardner one felt a little more cluttered. This one seems to have the action seems to be clearer.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. It's like more of a story behind it. But yeah, I guess they start attacking Polaris from two different directions. So it's like, oh yeah, you really think you're unified? I don't think so. So kind of give
and turns out he's not.
Kind of give some kind of breakdown where it's just like, oh hey, I guess he's like fighting himself in his head or something. Oh, but then Cal drops his package off, and who's he waiting to see? Oh, look, it's the woman he saved earlier. But yeah, he's like, oh, what happened? Oh, it was a motorcycle accident.
I guess you could call it that.
I love how she's like, oh, you must be a dedicated worker to bring this all the way to Tokyo. Oh, I just happened to be in the area.
Yeah, because of my Green Lantern ring.
I just had this hankering for some authentic sushi,
That's right.
Good Lord. Maybe we'll work again in the future, Man, I swear, man, Ron Mars was trying to make this woman outshine Ray. I think that's the team up he wanted to do, and they're like, no, you have to put like someone with a book in here. It's like, okay, the Ray. That way I can bring Polaris in, and
yeah, and we'll have us a big fight. And okay, so let me ask you this: of the 3 issues, which did you think was the strongest?
I like this one the most. What about you?
I would agree. I think this one's the strongest one, mainly because I think it has more of a focus.
Yeah.
Than definitely the Guy Gardner issue, but
yeah,
the whole Kyle showing up seems out of left field and just kind of out of place for that whole Aquaman issue. I mean,
yeah,
I think you could have removed that, and that Aquaman issue would have still been a good Aquaman issue, without Kyle showing up.
Yeah, I think this one was the strongest story. I mean, the art was great on all of them, so it comes down to the story. Yeah, I think the story was the best on this one. Again, it's like Guy Gardner was pretty much a slugfest, which you come to expect from a Guy Gardner book. The Aquaman book, I mean, the story wasn't bad. I mean, like we said, I don't know if Cal belonged in that issue, but it was just like a tiny part of like this big Aquaman story Peter David was telling. Yeah, Cal was basically just like a tiny speed bump. Yeah.
Yeah, kind of felt a little like a fish out of water.
Oh, we miss you, Maddie.
That's what we're reduced to, man. That is what we are reduced to.
It's got to be longer. I need a full length one.
All right. Any more on these?
I think that's about it. We're coming in about right on time. So
yeah, not too bad. I love Will's like, you want me to say more about these issues?
Yeah. So what do we got coming up next week? How about that?
I'm pulling the future. I'm pulling the schedule up. I'm pretty sure I know where this is. What next week is? Come on.
We have, I think, 13 more issues of Guy Gardner.
Something
and an annual. Is there an annual stuck in there somewhere? Or
yeah. It's part of that crossover. Yeah, coming soon. All right. So yeah, we record these 2 weeks ahead of time. So next episode will be like the final one for 2021. All right, we're going to cover some Dark Stars 31 through 33. And then this is what Will's coming for next week. Green Lantern 62 through 64.
Well,
or as we call it, Hal Takes Manhattan.
Parallax takes Manhattan.
Ganthet shows up. Parallax shows up. A couple Justice Leaguers show up.
I was looking a little bit at the timeline.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the publishing timeline, not DC's timeline, because I'm not insane. But Hal really only showed up as a villain, in maybe 10 issues total, right? I mean, it wasn't a lot.
Like yeah, because I mean, he shows up in that Silver Surfer crossover we're gonna do. Yeah, I mean, there was like 0 Hour, and then that 0 issue, and then what we have
Emerald Twilight. The end of Emerald Twilight, right?
Yeah.
Because Final Night's coming pretty quick, and that's when he
that's what like in a
saves
year
the world, right?
Is it 90? Is it this year or next year? 95 or 96, I think.
I think it was late 95, but it might have been 96. I don't know. But it's the crossover's coming up pretty quick in the at least in the Green Lantern title, so we'll see it there pretty quick.
So I wonder if someone was just like, and how much are we going to dirty up Hal Jordan? Let's just, if nothing else, let's just kill him and put him to rest. Have him end himself. Yeah. And then
wait a minute, I have an idea.
Yeah, that was another crossover. Someone was like, hey, let's make him the Spectre.
Which I haven't read that Spectre series, and that's something I need to remedy that. So
we're going to. It's on the schedule. So.
But I mean, it's written by J.M. DeMatteis. I can't pronounce his last name. DeMatteis.
That one. But I know he wrote a Spectre series. Was it that one? I mean, I hope it is. I mean, I love his stuff.
I think it is him. And then, then we get Rebirth.
Yes. Yeah. So I mean, at least the Spectre stuff kind of made sense because where they had dug the hole for Hal, it's just like, oh, hey, at least, if we're going to try to redeem the character, he can try to redeem himself in the eyes of God or, whoever.
Well, and also they had ended the Spectre series and, Jim Corrigan had finally, quote unquote, given up the ghost at that point.
Damn.
And that Spectre series, that was John Ostrander and Tom Mandrake, I think. That was an awesome series. And I think they followed it up with a Martian Manhunter series, which was also pretty good.
I'm trying to look this up. It looks like oh no, I was gonna say, is this a collection of it? But it might. Issue 1 might be on. Looks like it's on Amazon for $10 for real.
Wow. Well, there was a crossover with the JLA or the JSA.
Well, I know that there is like when he first becomes a Spectre, I think there's like there's a Green Lantern issue and a Just JLA issue, I think. I might have those on the schedule too, I think so. Because it's a weird thing, because isn't it like once he becomes the Spectre, most of them don't even remember he's the Spectre.
It's weird magic-y stuff.
Yeah. So it's like you're redeeming yourself, but no one's going to remember yet.
Let's see.
All right, here, I'm bringing it up. The series was 27 issues from March 2001 to May 2003. Here we go. Volume 4, issue 1. Come on, damn it. Oh, yes, it was DeMatteis. Yes, I love his stuff.
Nice.
Penciler Ryan, at least on first issue, Ryan Sook was the penciler. Oh, and inker. Oh yeah, I really can't wait.
I think we get some really awesome covers on it too, if I remember right.
Oh, I can't wait for that, man. Yeah, I didn't read that, but more DeMatteis I haven't read yet. Heck yeah. Oh, I've talked to him a few times. Maybe we'll try to see if he'll talk to us first when we hit some of that Spectre stuff.
Cool. How do you spell his last name?
Who, DeMatteis?
Yeah.
DeMatteis.
There we go.
Yeah, it kind of helps if you remember like the mat in the middle. Yeah, it's like EIS. Yeah. Plus, I've typed it enough times.
Oh yeah, there we go. Oh yeah, art and cover by Ryan Sook. Nice.
Yeah, I can't wait. I've meant to read that for years and I haven't, so I'm glad I finally have an excuse to do that.
Yeah, that's cool, because we and the really cool thing is we'll be hitting this, very, very close to Rebirth. This will be one of the last things.
Yep.
This and Kyle's the Green Lantern series.
Yeah.
Are kind of the last things that we'll read before we hit Rebirth.
And we'll be round about the 20th anniversary, because I think it said it went from 2001 to 2003. So yeah, we'll hit that in 2022. So
nice,
kind of close to the 20th. Yeah, like I said, I'll have to reach out to him when we get closer, see if he'll join us.
Nice.
Yeah, cool. He's a really nice guy. Yeah. He must be. He puts up with me. He put up with me a few times. All right. So next time the Dark Stars 31 through 33 and Green Lantern 62 through 64.
Cool. And Dark Stars only has like 3 issues left after that? 36?
It might be 4 or 5. I think it's just good 38, I think. Yeah.
Gotcha.
But yeah, we're closing in on the end there, so.
Yeah, and I was always under the impression that Donna and John Stewart did more in the series, but it doesn't seem like they've done a whole lot.
I'm thinking I think we're thinking of when they actually show up in the Green Lantern. When John Stewart shows up in the Green Lantern book again. I think that's where those two are shine more, and is in the actual Green Lantern book after it's over.
After Dark Stars is over.
Yeah.
But the Dark Stars come back again. That's something that Hal and the Green Lantern Corps fight, in Rebirth or post Rebirth. And then we get them as Black Stars in the Grant Morrison, Liam Sharp series. So they're still kicking.
Some version, yes.
Mm-hmm.
All right, should we get out of here?
You bet, man.
All right, old men rambling. All right, kids. Right. Need that young buck Matt Kona to keep us in line.
That's right.
All right, yes, we miss you, Matt. Come back soon. All right, so yes, like you said, Dark Stars, Green Lantern next week. Parallax is back. Guess who's back? All right, so email us, capesandlunatics@gmail.com, or call the voicemail 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-CAPES. And remember, you can follow Sector 2814 on Facebook, on Twitter. Join Book of Oa, our Facebook fan group. Find links to all of the various social medias for all the various shows. Like I said, Lilith and I are starting Justice League and Justice Society podcast, which we will be crossing over in April when we cover the first 4 issues of JLA. So part 2 will be here. So yes, find links to all of the social medias, links to this YouTube. Again, no Matt Kona, but we got a Will Allred, so you can see the man in his library. So yes, his many fancy books. Yes, so please subscribe to the YouTube, but most importantly, if you can, please subscribe to the Patreon. Once again, we're paying for this out of our own pocket. It's a passion project. As Mr. Allred can tell you, passion projects cost.
They do indeed.
Your
very soul. Sorry.
Oh. So yes, if you can, please subscribe to the YouTube. YouTube, but Patreon most importantly. And if you pledge $3 or $5 at least, you get exclusive content. We get all our creator interviews are over there now, including Lilith and I's monthly chat with Mr. G.G. Chichester. Our superhero movie brackets are coming in 2022. So yeah, so please subscribe or pick yourself up some Capes and Lunatics or Capes and Lunatics Sidekicks merch. You can find links to all of it all in one place. That's Linktree, linktr.ee/Capes and Lunatics. And you can find, the exiled Matt Kona anywhere on social media at Matt Kona. He's not writing a book at the moment, so yes, find him on social media. All right, speaking of passion projects, Mr. Allred, where can people find you?
You can find me at Wallred. That's at WALLRED, Gmail and Twitter and Facebook and all those places. I spend most of my time on Twitter, I guess. And if you're interested in my self-published work, Crossover Division number 3 is currently running. I think even when we post this, when it hits the feed, Crossover Division number 3 is on Kickstarter. If you go to crossoverdivision.com/Kickstarter or crossoverdivision.com/KS, that'll take you to the Kickstarter. You can see kind of what they look like here, which is pretty awesome art by Pablo Martinena. And if you're interested also, Diary of Night at diaryofnight.com. And Quasar is kind of one of, I think, Phil and my favorite characters. So if you're interested in learning more about Quasar, you can always go to the Quantum Zone at quantumzone.org.
Oh, yeah. Hold on.
I, of course, love Hal Jordan.
Of course.
Seems like I'm getting a package every other day.
Hey, boys, you look at the party. I love the party.
Oh, and most importantly, happy holidays, everyone. Because yes, I double checked the schedule. This episode will be dropping Christmas Eve. So,
yes, happy holidays, everyone.
That's right, kids. Look at the gift we gave you, kids. Guy Gardner 31.
We maybe should have planned that a little bit better.
I know. Again, that's the perils of in order.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So, kids, join us next week. You can join us, the big parallax attack for New Year's Eve.
There we go.
Oh, he's dropping the ball on New York City, Will.
Dropping the lantern on New York City.
He wishes. All right, kids. Thank you for joining us. Again, for those of you in the back, Dark Stars 31 through 33 and Green Lantern 62 through 64 next week.
Nice.
2022. And I believe that guy Gardner crossover might be the first 3 weeks.
And hey, new issue of Green Lantern dropped this week, so go forth and pick it up.
Next episode, I should have a review for you.
Nice.
I'll get it tomorrow.
Looking forward to it. The previews looked really nice.
Oh yeah, they always did. Yeah, this series is great. All right, kids, come back next time. And remember, always swim with a friend. Tokyo.